Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the final stretches of summer. School's right around the corner, and I have a recipe here that will help with the busy mornings. Let's get started. If you're like me and have kids running out the door for different grade levels from high school to elementary school, sometimes having a pre-made breakfast is an easy go-to thing. And I love making granola. This granola recipe is so good. I had a friend give it to me. That would be Christine. And I use it a lot, especially this time of year. So I'll get the ingredients ready, and this is a keeper because you're gonna want, it's so good, you're gonna wanna put milk in it and make it like cereal because it's just so yummy. So let me get my ingredients going and I'll show you what I'm doing. For this recipe, you'll just need some cinnamon, vanilla, salt, honey, oil. Now you can use, it calls for vegetable oil, but if you have other oils like coconut oil or even just olive oil, that'll work too. Some brown sugar, and then I love coconut, but if you're not a fan of coconut, you can omit that. And it calls for almonds, but I just have some walnuts. So these kinds of things are interchangeable, and I'll have the video or the recipe at the end of the video, and you can't forget the oats. So let's go. Again, like my other recipes, this one's super easy. Just dumping them in. So I have my almonds. I'm just gonna put them in, and I'm going to do, I'll do the coconut last. But let me get this brown sugar in. I'm gonna need, I have it written down over here so I don't forget it, but a half a cup. And I'm gonna do the oil. I'm gonna just kind of dump it all in and mix it very well. So it might take a couple minutes. Now in the past, I've also done it this way. If you want to get the honey more melted down, you could get the honey more melted down with the vegetable oil and the vanilla. You can heat that through in a little pan and just kind of pour it on top. I just kind of dump it all in. It still tastes wonderful. So I'm gonna get this going and I'll show you what it looks like. So I've already mixed in very well a lot of the sugars, and I know what it is about this recipe and back to school. It's just the cinnamon, and it smells just like fall, and I think that's probably why I make it so much in the fall. So I just added honey, and I'm gonna add the vanilla. Again, mix it, and then I'm gonna add my coconut, and I'll show you how I'm gonna put it on the pan. But it's so easy, and it smells delicious already. And these are all pretty much, a lot of the ingredients were already in my pantry. So it's such an easy recipe. So I've already mixed it very well, and I've already had the oven preheating at 300. You don't want it any more than that because you'll see what happens when we're toasting it, because you're gonna have to watch this, and in about every 10 minutes or so, give it a nice little turn for the next 40 minutes. So it's only a few times, it's not too bad. I can like turn it while I'm cleaning the kitchen. So I'm just gonna heavily spray this because I don't want it to stick. And this is getting near the end. These are awesome sprays. They're huge, and I get them from Costco, but I finished that one. So I'm just gonna now put this on here, and again, smells delish. And whoops, it does make a lot. So it had 4 cups of oats. So you can see it's gonna make a lot here. And then I'm just gonna put it in the oven and watch and turn it every 10 minutes. To remind me. So the next 10 minutes just went off. So now I'm into my 30, so I'm almost done. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a flip and hopefully not losing any of the granola in the process. If you think that my pan is different, it is. I thought I have a much deeper one, so I thought it would have more room for the granola to brown up nicely. And then I'll set my timer again. 10 more minutes. It just came out of the oven. It smells wonderful. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit more of a flip, and then I'll show you up close. So good. So this is gonna cool down. You want it to come to a complete cool, and it's gonna kind of be, you're gonna have to kind of re-break it a little bit because the sugars, they're attached to those cooked oats, so they just kind of wanna hang out. So you're just gonna kind of chop it up. That's what gives it like the granola crunchy, like the clusters. Wanted to show you up close, but look at that. It smells great. It's gonna be a great addition to breakfast or just even some snacking. So while I am flipping this around, just kind of getting it to cool down, which you don't have to, you could just leave it on the counter and let it do that. But I thought I'd talk to you for a second. I just had somebody ask if I had a cookbook or that I should have a cookbook. And I do. Those recipe cards at the end of the videos, I put them all into a chat books. So if you're interested, my first 50 videos, or my first 50 recipes, I put into a chat books, and it's for $25. All you have to do is email me at howinesrolls@gmail.com, and I'll send you a PayPal link, and it's $25, and then it will ship right from the company just to you. So it's perfect, and I'm about halfway into the second book, and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to continue with the chat books, but I'm going to look into some other options. I guess I should ask the Phillips, right? What they've gone through. So great question. I'm glad I was able to answer it. Another thing that I do with the granola, I'll show you. So what I do with our granola is I put it, when your kids bring home those empty containers with the fruit, don't throw them away. Put them in the container, and I use mason jars. I love mason jars, so I love using glass for a lot of things. So I'm gonna put some fruit and yogurt, and this has to be used with a wide mouth. So if you have wide mouth ones, I just put some fruit at the bottom. You don't have to. You can just put just the yogurt in by itself, and then just prep these up like the nights before school, or you can have them take them in their lunches. It could be for hubby's work. That's what we use them for mostly, is my husband likes to take them to work. So I just put the lid on, just like that. And then, so you'll put the lid, it'll be like a upside down. So it'll go like this on top of the lid. And then that's it. You just put the little screw the top on. And I know I've just done this recently, but I've had a few new friends here, so. And that's it, and that will be in the refrigerator, ready to go. And then when he's ready to have it for breakfast, he just empties it in there. Perfect, right? I only had 2 of these empty containers, so I only made 2. But you can get a whole pack and just make like a whole bunch. They'll keep in the refrigerator for at least a week. So a little bit of fruit. You don't have to. You can add nuts. But keeping you could even put cereal in here and maybe some milk down here and just have them combine it if they're going to like daycare in the morning or before school care. And they can just have breakfast there. I've seen that as well. So just something to think about when you're using these and you're like, what can I use these for? That's a great way. You could even make them into little mini salads, make a bigger one, and put like some dressing or croutons in here so that they can be separated. It's awesome. So after it's cooled, I just keep it in an airtight container. It can be a Ziploc baggie if you don't have an airlock container. That's okay. Just keep it in the baggie for when you use it, and I guarantee it won't last very long anyway. So I'll just keep this on the counter so that the boys can see it, and including Paul. And he can add milk, you can add it to ice cream, you can add it to yogurts, just eat it like as a snack. It's wonderful. So I'm so glad that you stopped by. Give this video a thumbs up and comment below if you are going to try this recipe. So stick around, you just never know what I'll be rolling out next.